You cannot see the bottom. It is angry. And that's what it's like when you judge or when you label something, you create an emotion, invoke an emotion within you, and you lose the clarity. You can't see the wholeness. It's only when the emotions settle, and that's the boiling water cooling down, that you can see the bottom. We see the bottom when our emotions, or we see the wholeness when our emotions are settled. So this is why more reflection, more mindfulness is really helpful in this process of seeing the wholeness, is because whilst we're agitated, whilst we're unsettled, we can't see the wholeness. There's no clarity. We have this sense connection with one side that we're unable to break because of the emotional bond. So we need to calm down that emotion, break those emotional bonds, and that will happen when you start to look at what you're not seeing, the other side. And I've explained this on previous episodes that if you think something's all good, then that's lopsided thinking, and you're blinded to the downside. You're blinded to the not so good side. And that's when you'll make silly financial decisions. That's when you'll make silly relationship decisions, when you think something is all good. And same with the contrast. When you think something is all bad, you will just stack up all the negatives and you won't see the bigger picture, the wholeness, because you haven't looked at the other side, because you've judged it. And once you've made a judgment, it's polarized. You've polarized yourself. You've invoked a strong emotion behind it, strong associations around that emotion, and it's locked in. It's black and white. And so we cannot grow when we're stuck with all this black and white thinking, when we're stuck with all these labels, when we're stuck with all this judgment. We cannot get out from a helicopter view and look down and see the bigger picture when we've labeled and created all these layers around the onion. And some of it can be protective factors where you're just not ready to go there and you're not ready to see the whole picture. That is fine, but that work will need to happen at some stage. And it's best not to develop so much protection that you cannot, for the life of you, ever see the wholeness in the situation. That's ideally not the way to go about it. And again, everyone does this at their own pace, and some may never see the wholeness in any situation, or in some situations experienced. Simply, it's hard to explain. I mean, it's something they choose not to, and that's them. I guess this is helping those that want to fully heal or want to feel complete love or go on that journey. It's not for those that are stuck with that thought that there's no answers, there's no solutions. And when that happens, you actually label yourself, or you start creating a label around you as the victim. And it does create support and around you, and people try to lift you out of the victim status. However, that can actually feed the victim status as well, and it can actually inhibit growth. So again, it needs to be a balance between support and no support, or support and letting go. So again, this is the entanglement between the opposites. And we need to see that there's always that entanglement between opposites, and that they're whole and complete as a helicopter view looking at the situation is. So I hope this has helped. It's been me articulating, I guess, who the book's for, what the journey you're going to go on, and what I hope to give you by the end of it, in terms of at least getting you started to pulling the pieces together and starting to feel whole, starting to feel complete, starting to feel more content,